My parents took me to court for buying a house, not a joke. I spent 8 years grinding in commercial real estate, saving every penny, skipping vacations, and living cheap. Then finally bought my first home. But my parents, I'm 31, been working since I was 16. Started in construction making $12 an hour in scorching heat. Put myself through college working 30 plus hours a week while maintaining a 3.8 GPA. Last year I made $220,000 in commercial real estate. My sister Victoria, she's 33, lives in my parents' basement and makes $800 a month posting coffee photos on Instagram as a lifestyle influencer. The family dynamic was always clear. Victoria was the golden child who got dance lessons, piano lessons, a BMW for her 18th birthday, and $160,000 for college. I paid my own $60 SAT fee and worked construction summers to survive. When I posted my house keys on Facebook, the congratulations poured in. My parents didn't even like the post. 3 days later, family meeting about this house situation. I walked into what felt like an intervention. Parents on the couch, Victoria in the chair, empty seat facing them like a tribunal. "We think the right thing would be for Victoria to have the house," Dad announced. I laughed until I realized they weren't joking. Victoria actually said, "I deserve it more than you do. I've been through emotional trauma building my brand. You've had everything handed to you with your corporate job." This woman who's never worked a real day in her life, whose biggest stress is choosing Instagram filters, just told me I was privileged. 2 weeks later, a process server appeared at my door. My parents were suing me for my house. The lawsuit was 47 pages of pure insanity, claiming I owed them $420,000 in child-rearing expenses and that Victoria was financially disadvantaged due to economic climate affecting social media entrepreneurs. They wanted the house transferred to Victoria, with me continuing to pay the mortgage for 36 months plus $15,000 in emotional damages. Victoria went full victim mode on social media, starting a TikTok series called My Brother Stole My Future and a GoFundMe titled Help Me Fight for My Family Home. She raised $847 in 2 weeks. But here's where it gets beautiful. During discovery, I had to provide my financial records proving I bought the house myself. Meanwhile, I requested their financial records to show they had no claim. That's when I discovered they'd been lying about everything. My parents had over $200,000 in savings while claiming to be broke. Victoria had been receiving $2,500 monthly from them for 3 years, $90,000 total, while making sob story TikToks about struggling financially. Court day arrived. Victoria brought Pinterest printouts of interior designs, literally planning to redecorate before she even won. Their lawyer presented baby photos as evidence of investment. The judge was not impressed. "How do baby photos relate to property ownership?" she asked. When Victoria took the stand claiming she was a struggling entrepreneur, the judge asked about her employment status. "I'm self-employed building my personal brand," Victoria replied. "So you're unemployed?" The judge clarified. Case dismissed. I even got attorney fees awarded despite representing myself, but I wasn't done. While they harassed me with daily drive-bys and Victoria trespassed in my backyard planting garden beds, I was building a different kind of case. Using my real estate connections, I hired a forensic accountant and discovered Victoria had committed multiple federal crimes, $90,000 in unreported income, GoFundMe fraud using false premises, and tax evasion spanning 3 years. I compiled everything: financial records, social media evidence, bank statements, and sent reports to the IRS, FBI, and state attorney general. 6 months later, Dad called at 11 p.m., voice completely broken. "The FBI is recommending charges against Victoria: wire fraud, tax evasion, identity theft. She's looking at 3 to 5 years in federal prison." Their house was covered in legal papers. They'd sold furniture to pay lawyers. Victoria sat there defeated, crying. "I'm so sorry. Please don't let me go to prison. The time for apologies was before you sued me," I told them. "Now it's too late." Victoria got 18 months in federal prison and 3 years probation. My parents lost their house to pay $67,000 in IRS penalties and had to move into a small apartment.